所以除非是这是主的意愿，所以才能够给其他人知道他，明白他。
And then he said that he quoted a verse starting with Brahmite something, that those who are tattva vid, who have knowledge of you, they've realized your tattva and they've seen you in one of your three aspects. Just they've realized you. Just say that.
好像一些有学问的人，有些 top view， 他们明白真理的，他们也说至尊主在三个方面，怎样说主。
There's three aspects of the Lord. There's Brahma, the spiritual impersonal energy.
Brahma,
Paramatma, the super soul.
超灵
And Bhagavan, the supreme personality of God.
至尊主。
So even those who have realized these three aspects of yours,
他们对这三个方面的主都有觉悟的人。
Oh, sorry. That although they understand your tattva, like your philosophy,
虽然他们明白你的真理，明白你的
and
哲
they've
学，
realized it,
他们也觉悟了。
why do they explain these three features?
为什么他们只是讲主理这三个的影响呢？
Because
况且
they're being inspired and empowered by the Lord only as much as like according to their qualification, they're being inspired and empowered by the Lord to understand Him in that way.
因为这是主你自己给他们这个启发的，
So
根
some
据他们的这个资格，
sit very much
你
longer. I'm really
启发了这些给他们，所以他就能就才明白这些。对 ，OK。
So some people may understand Him as this impersonal energy.
Simple energy。
Impersonal.
有些人明白主理是一个非人格的，
And some may understand Him as the super soul
有
in
些人
everyone's heart.
有些人明白你是超灵在每一个人的心里面。
Expanded form.
Yeah。
And then others may understand Him as Bhagavan.
有些人明白你是巴嘎万，
And there's an example, it's
好像
given frequently,
举例就是，
about a person seeing a mountain.
好像就是一个人见个山，
From a very far distance, one will see, oh, that's a mountain.
从很远的就见了一个山，
Yeah.
对，
And then another person
另外一个
will have
人，
a different vision when he comes closer.
当他走近一点的时候，就看到不同的山，
He can see, like, oh, this mountain has snow on the top.
可能见到山上面有雪，
Oh, it's very, very large.
很大的山。
And then another person
第三个人，
who's able to actually go on the mountain,
他去了山顶，
he will have a very clear vision of all the details of that
他
mountain.
就可以看到山里边的很多东西了。
So, why, although all are seeing the mountain,
为什么他们三个都看到山？ 但
and
是
whatever they are seeing, it's completely true,
他们所看的都是真的，
but they're seeing it in different ways
但是他们看到不同的，
because of their distance.
因为他们的距离不一样。
So, all these things we can understand very clearly when we really want to understand it in a proper mood.
所以我们知道，就是他们怎么样去理解的时候，理解不一样。
So, even though one sees the Lord as Brahma, and another as Paramatma, and another as Bhagavan, still among them there's no jealousy between who's seeing what way.
所以呢，因为呢，这样他们虽然有些人见到是非人格的 Brahma， 有些人看到是超灵，有些人见到是巴嘎湾，但是他们三个人都没有嫉妒的，
And why?
为什么呢？
Because according to their qualification, they're being awarded.
没有不高兴的，因为这是根据他们的资格而给他们的。
Yeah.
对，
According to their surrender, Sharanagati, they're being awarded.
根据他们的皈依而给他们的。
So actually, Bhagavan, the Lord, he cannot be blamed for why people are seeing different ways.
所以根本不可以投诉巴嘎湾为什么他们怎样看不同的。
Like, oh, why has he showed his Brahma form to someone and another form, Paramatma to another person,
对
and Bhagavan to another person? We can't say this.
对，我们不可以说为什么你检测你是非人格的Brahman，你是超灵，你是巴嘎湾，
This is so,
我们不可以这
this
样
is
说
so like,
Yes.
to me.
明白吗？
Same is true with Guru.
对啊
Sometimes I feel like I'm so distant.
我们不能批评别人，人家看到
不是
的不一样。
不可以，根本他们不为
会，
不高兴。
嗯，
每个人根据他们的品格，
So much.
根本的品
他自己
资格，
的。
所以每个人都很高興滿足的。我們不可以在外邊說，你主啊你為什麼你給他這個，你給他這個，根本他們都滿足的。對呀，每一個好像他在說，好像不如一樣，都是給每一個人都不一樣。
But showing one's form doesn't mean like physical
根據每一個人
proximity.
的資格。
This is,
對呀，對呀。
so
所以
yeah.
呢，所以
Okay.
呢，
So then, they have question or they understand?
有沒有問題
No, no, no. Actually, we should just continue
Okay.
because we don't have
？OK，
time.
那個記
Sorry.
住記住，
哎，就是
不要問。
Okay. So, yeah. So nothing can be said about the Lord. It depends on what the devotees surrender, Sharanagati.
对，就是不可以这样说主的，只是根据他们每一个人的资格跟皈依。对，
And when one finally understands that this fault or the limitations are on the part of oneself,
所以这一次就是每一个人的不一样的这个资格，
then there's no jealousy at all.
所以都不会有嫉妒，不会有不高兴。
And instead they can appreciate that, oh, this person, he's able to go so close and see more.
也很感恩，就是我们可以照得更近的去看多一
This
些。
is like, okay, so
所以呢，
then Srila Maharaj, he
妈妈
mentions,
就说了，
gives an example of this pastime from this book called Brihad Bhagavatamrita.
呀，Brihad Bhagavatam
Mrita,
这本书里边说了。
where Narada Rishi, he goes from one devotee to another.
到哪的牧师从一个到第二个的，
He goes to Hanuman,
他去汉德曼啊，
to Ambarish
大
Maharaj,
军啊，
Uddhav,
舞蹈啊，
and so many other
很
personalities.
多其他的伟大的人啊。
And he tries to glorify each of them as devotees.
他们尝试的荣耀，他们是奉献者，
But each one,
但每一个都是每一个，
they don't want to hear their own glories.
他们根本不想听他们自己的荣耀，
And they start to actually glorify another devotee, a superior
他们
devotee.
就开始荣耀其他比他更高的奉献者。
So why they didn't feel jealous about these other superior devotees,
为什么他们没有嫉妒呢？嫉妒，
but instead are glorifying them?
嫉妒他们，反而去荣耀他们呢？
Why?
为什么呢？
Because
慢慢讲，为什么呢？
为什么呢？
啊，
cute 的，为什么呢？
it's so cute. Why? Because they understand.
因为他们明白。
Oh, it's so
呀
cute. Like,
为什么呢？他跟他的为什么？继续 ，continue。
okay. All right. Why they don't feel jealous about superior devotees and instead they glorify them?
为什么他们不嫉妒荣耀他们呢？对，
Because
因为
they understand that according to their own capacity,
根据他们的这个容量，他们自己的容量啊，
they're getting the topmost thing for
他们
themselves.
他们已经拿到最高了，对于他们来说，对呀。
This is really deep. But if someone is more qualified than them,
如果有一些人比他们更有资格的，
then that person will definitely get something more.
那些人就可以拿到更多了，因为容量不同，资格不同嘛。
So how and why is it like that?
为什么呢？又怎么样呢？
Because the
就是因为-
Lord,
因为
He's
主的，
unlimited.
因为主是无限的，无限的，
Unlimited.
那个
无限的，
Ananta.
Unlimited.
无限无限的。
And He can take as much as they, and so the devotees, they can take as much as they want.
奉献者就是可以随便拿了，拿多少就拿了，
不用钱，
According to their desire to take, they
根
will,
据他们的愿望
they
去
will
拿，
take.
他就拿了，就拿 Krishna 的仁慈了。
So, for example, if a person,
如果一个人，
someone, he's distributing like rasagulas,
他在
sweets,
他派发那些甜钵的时候，甜奶球，
and he's freely distributing. He has
Okay.
no shortage. It's unlimited. So many
他
are
是
there.
无限的，无限的免费派发所有的。
It means that anybody who comes, they can take whatever they're able to consume.
是啊，每个人拿，他们就想多少就拿多少。
But how could they take more than they can consume?
但是如果他们拿的，比他们更多，他们都受不了的，他们怎么样拿
Yeah.
呢？
They'll take,
Someone-
yeah, they'll take that much, and then there'll be no enviousness because or jealousy because everyone is taking what they can
Yes.
consume.
因为他们拿够就会很满足了， 就不会高级。
Satisfaction is there.
他们拿够自己就会很满足
他。就不贪了。
对了，他们
We
就很
shouldn't
满
be
足，很高
satisfied.
兴了。对了，你来了来了来了。
But not going to jealous.
So yeah, but if the rasagul, but here's the difference.
这个有个分别。
If there's a limited amount of rasagulas,
但是如果有一些有那些甜奶球是有不够的，
and so they're distributing only one and one to all people, one, one,
Oh.
one.
然后派了每个人都有一个，
But then one person he gets two.
但是这个人有两个，
Danger.
Then there will be some jealousy there may come
那么怎样了？嫉妒就来了，
because it's limited.
因为是有一个限度啊，
有限，
But because the Lord is unlimited
因为主是无限的，
Yes.
and He gives service as much as you can have it.
他给你服务，你能够做多的 service
Service he gives as much as you can have.
就是
It's up to you how
他
much
给
you
你
can have.
你有多少你的
Your capacity.
你的容量，再给你那么多的服务，
So that's why there's never any point of jealousy.
所以根本就没有可以嫉妒的。
So for the devotees, it doesn't matter who they are.
不管是谁啦，
For Hanuman, for
哈雷
Ambarish,
曼啊，安布里斯大军啊，
For
乌
Uddhav
达啊，
for even the
或
Vrajavasis,
者巴士，
they don't feel envy among each other
他们根本中间都不会嫉妒的，
because
因为
as much as they are able to take
他们拿多少呢？
in service,
在这个服务里边，
they are serving.
他们就服务，
And those who are able to serve more,
他们可以服务更多的，
the devotees, they glorify him more, that person more by saying, oh, he's able to take so much service, so many rasagulas.
因为其他只会荣耀他啊，你可以服务更多啊，拿得更多的拉萨甜奶球啊，
Yeah.
对啊。
So the one more example of this is like
举例就是，
if a person he's going to a bank and he gets a loan from the bank,
举例就是一个人去银行里边就去借贷，
and that person he's able to use it properly in such a way where he can make more and more money out of it.
然后他用这些钱，做了也努力成为很多钱，
And then there may be others who are not so intelligent and they're unable to make so much money out of their loan.
有一些人就不可以，他只是做了一些很小钱，
But that person who had his eye on a higher object,
但是那些看得更高的人呢，
what happens?
怎么样呢？怎么样呢？什么事情呢？
Whether he was able to make more or less money, he understands that it's due to his own limitations.
无论他能够赚取多少，都是根据他们的能力。
That makes sense?
OK，
Okay, so then Srila Maharaj, he spoke about Rupa Goswami and Srila Sanatana Goswami Pad.
Srila Maharaj 就讲 Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami 了。
He referred to an article in this publication called The Harmonist, which was written by
根据一
Srila
本书，
Prabhupada,
根据一本书啦，帕布帕的书啦。
I think.
OK，
And anyhow, this devotee, he had come and asked a question
就一封信者来问这个问题了。
that how is it possible if a person is more and more advanced that he becomes more and more humble?
为什么这些高超的人呢？为什么他们是这样谦卑的呢？对呀、那么谦卑呢？
And Srila Bharati Maharaj, he remembered This article.
就记得这段文章，
and he mentioned to this person,
他就对这个人
Srila
说
Bharati
了，
Maharaj said to him,
对他说了，
that, oh, you know, Srila Rupa Goswami, he's such a great devotee of Lord Chaitanya
是
Mahaprabhu,
日本狗swami 呢，他是马哈布一个很伟大的奉献者，
the most near and dear to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
对马哈布来说是很亲爱的人，亲
But
爱的。
still,
但是
he is
艺人
speaking about himself in such a humble way that, oh,
怎样谦卑对他们说哦，
I'm like a dustbin.
我好像一个垃圾场啊，垃圾场啊，垃圾桶啊，垃圾桶啊。
垃圾桶。
And what about Sanatan Goswami Pad, Srila Sanatan
什么
Goswami?
他什么他 Goswami 怕
That even though materially he was so learned and educated,
在物质来说他是很有学问的。
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Dhaga, dhaga.
哦，发完干。
after Kata,
Oh,
Hari
Hare-
Kata, Hari Kata.
Dhaga, dhaga. Mala, mala बनाएगा ना माला. Dhaga.
Needle, I
哦
think.
，needle 针嘛针嘛，
Needle and thread.
针線啊，
I don't know. which one. Yeah, maybe thread. Or I don't know.
针線。
Maharaj Darshan?
नहीं महाराज जी नहीं है बाहर.
No, not yet.
咩
Okay,
咩？
let's continue because try to finish.
问我借啊？
可能是问你这。
Can she give it quietly? We can continue
了解。OK，我们记住记住。OK。
because we no time. Sorry, no time.
嗯
Okay, so even
No, no.
OK。
Hare Krishna.
वहाँ से लाया. वहाँ
So-
से लाया.
Nacha.
आपको चाहिए?
拿去用啊。
चाहिए आपको?
打过去，
माला.
穿发完了。
Okay.
OK，记住
Maybe
记
she
住。
needed help. Help only.
But if they don't, they should. We should finish the class, no?
Yeah. She asking the thing help.
Okay. Because there's no time today to do it, so finish quickly.
Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami. Who I am.
So yeah, that even we're asking about how it's possible that a person who is more and more advanced in devotion becomes more and more humble.
一个怎么高超的人怎样谦卑呢？
And Srila Rupa Goswami said, he's so humble. He said, I'm like a dustbin.
呀，如果 Goswami 说我是一个垃圾桶啊。
And
Samagani Didi she's out in the sun and she can tell for 2 minutes about the Bhakti Lata beats and the Siddha Swarup, Siddha Deha.
No, we just
we're just
continue.
finishing the class. We need to finish.
Thank
because
you.
They don't have any other time today to do it. They have so many things they're doing
10
today.
minutes, 10 minutes.
After 10 minutes.
Yeah, we
10
coming.
minutes.
After 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
OK，
Okay, so then
Sanatana Goswami。
Srila Sanatan Goswami, he said that. Sorry, I'm having a hard time with all the interruptions. Okay. Rupa Goswami said, "Oh, I'm like a dustbin."
对啊，如果 Goswami 说他是一个垃圾桶。
And Sanatan Goswami, he's so learned and educated, and he had such a great post in the government.
呀，Sanatana Goswami 呢，在一个很高的，在政府有个很高的地位的，
But still, he considered himself very small.
他觉得自己很微小。
That, oh, I don't know even about myself.
我甚至于不明白自己是谁。
I'm asking, who am I?
我在问我是谁呢？
See, this is my situation.
这个就是我的地位了。
And then Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami,
Karivas Goswami，
he said
他说
that who am I?
我是谁？
Oh, I'm more lowly than the worm in the stool.
我比分虫还要少啊！
So how can they speak like all these things?
他们怎么会讲这些说话呢？
When they see the great personalities,
当他们看到这些伟大的人，
then these thoughts of humility will come about themselves.
他们就会自然谦卑了。当他们看到比他们更高超的人的时候，
If someone sees another person who's lower
如果我他们看一些人比他低的时候，
or sees others as lower,
我看其他人都是低的时候，
then these thoughts will not come in their heart.
这个谦卑是不会在他们心里边的。
So, actually, I think I added that. I said when it says, what was spoken was when someone will see someone lower,
当一些人看到一些人比他低的，
then these thoughts will come in their heart. Then these thoughts will come in their heart. If they
This thought.
thought
Was
will
thinking.
sorry, these thoughts will not come in their heart.
对，will not， yeah，
Sorry.
这个谦卑不会来的，对
Yeah.
Just see the higher。
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the same way,
同时间，
now Lord Brahma,
主 Brahma 呢，
he got the opportunity to see the
他
Vrajavasis
有这个机会见到这些巴扎巴西了，
and to see the affection of Krishna toward the Vrajavasis. And
也看到 Krishna 怎样对这些巴扎巴西的情感呢？
so at this time, he was able to speak
所以
about
要在这个
himself,
时间，他就可以讲他自己怎么谦卑就讲了。
and Lord Brahma was able to say, who am I?
对了，他就可以讲我是谁呢？
Oh, I was unable to understand you.
他甚至也不认识你，不明白你。
I cannot understand you, your pastimes, through my words, through my actions, or anything.
我不会用我的言语、我的行动去明白你的善有时光。
Oh Lord, I pray
我主要我祷告，我祈求，
that if I can attain any birth in this Gokul,
如果我能够在沟口里边出生，
I'm an offender.
我是一个冒犯者。
What offense I've made?
我做了什么冒犯？
You were here taking food on the bank of Jamuna,
你在人们的河里边荣耀，
and at that time I bothered you people.
我干扰你跟你的朋友。
Even in this material world, this is not allowed.
整个物质世界里边都不准许的。
Even for a policeman to arrest any person when they're taking food, it's not allowed.
Policemen
Yes,
arrest
and
the people
yes.
Yeah.
when
this
they
was- yes.
disturb people.
Eating
Yes,
time.
yes.
They don't arrest.
Oh.
Yeah, I
Yes.
didn't know that.
哦，那些警察他们在容易吃东西
I didn't
的
know
时
this
候
also till
也
India.
也不会去去
never knew.
In
会捉查
Japan,
的
no.。Always, this,
Yeah.
anytime.
Anytime.
用他们在吃
India is
饭的时
very
候是
civilized.
最重要，他们也不去工作的这些
Eating
警
time
察
is so important. Indian
也
culture.
不会驻场。
So even if someone's taking food, the police, they are given an order that they have to wait until that person completes their food
哦，他说如果那些
to be able to
他
arrest
们
them.
那好像要警察要捉他的时候，找他的时候，如果他是在荣耀的时候，他也等他荣耀完才找他。
哦，就那个仔，
对
要抓那个仔，那个仔在吃饭的
对的
时候，，
对，
Okay?
他也要
So I made such an offense.
我做了这个很大的冒犯，
Oh Lord, please,
主
again,
啊，求你，
again start taking your food with your sakas. He's asking, please, you again start taking your food. I've
他说
disturbed you. Please
主啊，
take
你
your
你
food
记
with your
住
sakas.
记住跟你的同友
friends
去吃饭啦，
I can go.
我走了。
So then some people ask this question
也有人问这个问题啊，
that Brahma said all these things and then left,
妈妈说了这些祷告之后就离开了。
and then the sakas they told Krishna,
那个萨卡没有同就告诉 Krishna，
please come.
来啊，
You had told us before that you were going to graze the calves,
你
but we
说
see that you didn't go. You immediately came back.
你说你去放牛啊，但是你就没有去啊，你就立志回来了。
And we have not taken even one morsel of food yet.
我们还没有荣耀啊，
We were waiting for you.
我们等你啊。
So this was when actually the cows were stolen, but
对，这
they
是
didn't experience that 1 year
Yeah,
left.
this is-
They just experienced like a moment.
对他只是已经是1年的时间，只是一些牛已经透了，但是他们也没
This
有
is the original set.
没有擦过，只是
Sagas.
觉得只是一很小的时间，过了很短时间，
So some people they asked this question
认为这些问题了。
that in the 1 year
1年了，
that passed, why didn't that food become stale at all?
为什么这些食物都人人都没有变呢？
And how can we believe this?
怎么可以怎么可能的？
Well, we can only believe it if we become qualified.
只有我们有资格才可以明白，
At that time, there won't even be any question like this.
我们才明白，才没有什么问题来，
So because we are having material
因为
intelligence,
我们有物质的智慧投入。
we understand that if food is kept in the refrigerator, it doesn't go bad.
就是只有食物放在冰箱里边才不会变坏。
Then Maharaji said that if you keep potatoes in cold storage, then later diabetes will come.
What?
I never heard this. He said if you keep potatoes in cold storage, like if you store potatoes in the
Yeah.
refrigerator,
Yeah.
then later diabetes will come
他
in
说
your
我们
body.
他说，如果你把桃豆啊放进冰箱里边的时候，然后糖尿病就
I
来了，
trust his words.
糖尿病就来了。
放什么东西在冰箱？
桃豆啊，薯仔啊，桃豆啊，
土豆啊，
土
哦，
豆，
土豆。
土豆，
哦。
里面就
知道
糖尿病啊。
妈妈说的。
Okay, okay.
OK。
So if you eat fresh potatoes, though, they'll be okay.
如果你吃新鲜的土豆就没有问题。
So even though externally it seems that they could have gone stale, no, they're still good actually.
外在里边好像1年的他们好像有变化，但是不是的，他们都是没有变的。
I don't know what I said. Anyhow, the food there with Krishna and the Sakas, it didn't become stale.
而且食物他们跟 Krishna 一起的时候没有变，
And those with faith can understand.
只有信心的人才明白。
So if Brahma is unable to understand the Lord,
如果 Brahma 都不明白主，
Lord Brahma, the creator,
Brahma,
he's unable to
创造主
understand,
也不明白主。
then how we can become qualified to understand the
那
Lord?
么我们怎么有资格去明白呢？
Oh, Lord,
哦主啊，
we are created by Brahma.
我们是 Brahma 创作的，
How can we understand?
我们怎么可以明白呢
Yes, we can understand the Lord.
？We cannot。
We can.
We
Yes,
can.
we can understand the Lord.
但是对，是的，我们可以明白主的。
If the Lord becomes merciful to
如
us.
果主给我们仁慈，
And it's been mentioned by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami.
这是主这个 Sri Krishna
Krishnadas
Das
Kaviraj
Kaviraj
Goswami.
Goswami 说的，
To Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said to Sri Chaitanya
他
Mahaprabhu
对马哈巴布说的，
that you are having power to make a crow into Garuda. Like
Oh, what's a
you
crow?
are having the power to make like this ugly black bird called a crow,
Oh yes,
which
yeah,
eats
yeah.
garbage.
Yeah, okay.
This one. You can make a bird like that, a crow, into Garuda, who's like the king of all the
Oh, I
birds.
see. 你可以令一只乌鸦变成狗路的，这是主的坐骑。
Yeah.
OK，
And Valmiki
妈咪。
Valmiki Rishi, he was
圣
illiterate,
人，他是文盲来的吗？
but by the mercy of you, Lord, everything is possible.
因为你觉得你的仁慈，所有事情都是可能的。
And by your mercy, your
就是
name,
你的仁
the power of
慈，
your name,
你的姓名，
he became qualified to write about Lord Ram.
他就有这个，他就写了主 Ramayana 的故事了。
Even before Lord Ram had appeared in the world.
甚至主 Ram 都没有出现在这个世界里面，他已经写了这本书了，经典了。
And Dhruva Maharaj,
Dhruva 大君 Maharaj，
just Dhruva Maharaj,
Dhruva Maharaj，
yes. Even though he was unable to pray to you,
他只是年纪很小，都 都不可以向你怎么祷告。
By your mercy, you made him able to
你
pray.
的仁慈，他就向你祷告了。
That's why, Lord, he is known as Khartoum.
所以主是 cartoon
Khartoum,
cartoon，
I think. He can make the possible impossible and the impossible possible
他可以令不可能成为可能
and
的，
anything
可能
else.
成为不可能的，没有怀疑的。
Yes.
He can do it. So whatever he wants to do,
只有他想
he
做什
can
么
do it.
他就做什么了。
And that's why he's known as Sarva Shaktiman, the possessor of all kinds of potencies.
所以他在这个
Sarva Shaktiman,
Swava Satiman，
possessor of all
所
kinds of
有
potency.
能量的来源。
Nitai Gaur Premanande.
Hari, Hari.
We got through